Hey guys, I'm Mirez.
Hey guys, I'm Earl Grey.
That was really cheery. Hi guys. Yeah.
You should have heard yourself.
Yeah, I know. I was talking about myself.
Oh, you were? You couldn't
Yeah.
talk about me. I was like, you talking shit. You the
Fuck
one that
outta
started
here.
it.
I'm doing this again.
Okay, go ahead.
Nah, I'm not actually like
Oh. I'm like waiting.
You're. It's the BRONX Project Podcast. I'm Mirez.
I'm Earl Grey, dead ass B.
Nah, stop that. It's November 12th, 2017, a Sunday.
Ooh.
As you guys know.
Yes, the Lord's Day.
It's the Lord's Day. My day.
Oh.
Lord of the
You
Concourse.
said this last time.
Yeah, every time. I will say this every time.
Say this every
I'm
time
the Lord
now.
of the Concourse.
I feel like we're repeating like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, but
you're just saying you're the Lord of the Concourse.
It's just going to be my AKAs.
Is your AKAs the Lord of the Concourse?
AKA Lord of the Concourse. AKA, I don't know.
Where all the taxi drivers live.
We'll work on that. A lot of taxi drivers live by mine.
I know. I drive by and I'm like, all these Camrys.
Josh got a car.
Yeah, I got a new car, guys.
Josh got a new car, yeah. Talk about that.
I got a new car. It was an impulse buy. Yeah, got a new car. I got a big boy car. I got a 2018 Toyota Camry. I got it in black because I wanted that executive feel. And also, they didn't have my silver color.
I like black more, though.
Everyone likes black more. And I keep getting that from everyone. And I'm like, but I'm more of a neutral color guy. But people are calling me a puss. So, I got black.
I like black. I'm glad people called you
a
that.
Puss.
Puss is a weird word, bro.
Like,
why do you say puss? It sounds like puss.
Yeah, puss.
And I don't ever, like, when thinking about pussy, want to think about puss.
Puss?
Imagine pussy puss.
Oh, it reminds me like a yeast infection that's overreacting.
Yeah, it's like a super yeast.
Super yeast. It's like, get out! She has super yeast!
Ay, mi madre, no.
Oh, no!
Que Dios te bendiga.
That's when you get the super douche.
So what's your week been like, man?
It's been very stressful. I've been working 6 days.
Samesies.
Per week.
Yeah.
And it's been phenomenal in the worst way.
I've been out here 6 days a week the last 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
As Josh knows, as you guys know, Earl Grey and I both work in the culinary field.
Yep.
And what you guys may not know, as consumers, as bloodsuckers, is that you guys drive us up a fucking wall during the holiday season.
Wake up, sheeple.
Wake up. The world isn't what you think it is.
Exactly. People will make your cupcakes bleed to death.
We die on the inside. Every time you eat a cupcake, I cry.
Yeah, he kind of does. So I've seen his Instagram post.
I'm a Cancer. I'm an emotional guy.
Yeah, he is.
Josh he's a Leo, so
I'm a Leo. I don't
he just gets
shit.
tight. He just gets tight.
I get tight, but I think I'm the shit all the time.
Yeah. He's like, you better eat that shit.
Exactly. That shit's good, right? Shit's good.
I'm like that at work, though.
Are you? I mean, you got the skills.
Yeah, no, but like, are Cancers normally like that? I don't really subscribe to astrological.
All I know is about Leos, which is a very Leo thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. But so just know about me and that's it.
I guess, like, my sister's a Leo.
Yeah, I know. So she's born literally a day after me.
Yeah, maybe she rubbed off on me. Her cockiness.
Her cockiness?
I don't know, but I was just not cocky. Maybe not cocky is the word.
You're confident in certain areas.
There's certain things that I do,
which is most of the areas that you project.
Like, I'm not of the business of doing something well and pretending I don't. I hate that shit. I think that's corny, actually.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm the best, but I know people don't want to hear that, so I won't say it. I think it was 2 days ago, posted up Instagram story of my pies.
Oh, your pies. That's right.
And one of the captions on the pie was, I challenged someone to show me a better looking pie than mine. One of my coworkers comments, laughing my ass off, fuck you. The 3-line face.
Yeah,
and it's like, nah, man, I meant it.
Yeah. Go
into work the next day and show me that I'm wrong.
I've never seen a better pie
I'm
made.
the motherfucking shit, bro.
I mean, I make good pies too, but not Steven.
You don't make
Steven. Steven's been trained in the pie making game.
I don't make Josh stir fry.
No, I made a good ass stir fry.
Oh man, Josh made chicken stir fry today.
Yep, it was
ramen noodles.
I literally had ramen noodles laying around, and I just made the ramen noodles and I just used them in the stir fry.
Oh, I'm loaded.
I made a ramen noodle stir fry,
and that motherfucker was good, bro.
Onions, peppers. I got some portobello mushrooms in there. I used some stir fry.
Some huevos.
Huevos, that's right. I fried some eggs before I put everything in, and soy sauce, teriyaki, all the good stuff. I go in.
I appreciate it. Bro.
I go. Remember we were talking about like the skill of cooking from when I started versus to now. Yeah. It's like a huge difference. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you hope for, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, I wouldn't think so.
I think I remember the first time you and I cooked together was when I was 19.
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Long time.
You gotta believe that in 6 years, you get better at things, right?
I mean, if you continue them, yeah.
Honestly, bro, if you were still cooking the way you were back then, I'm gonna say you trash. Even if it's good, like you weren't trash then. But if you're cooking at the same level 6 years later, you trash.
Well, thank God that I was forced to work in culinary.
Yeah.
Because I didn't choose it. It just happened.
Like if LeBron came in the league, and as a rookie, he was killing shit. But if he stood at that level forever?
Nah, it's like, he's the same old bullshit, dude.
Yeah, it's like things are only impressive, but for so long.
Yeah, exactly. And my tacos were
your tacos were impressive, but after a certain point, it's like, this is it? Like, this is your skills?
This is the cap? The same fucking tacos you made? Where's your garnish? Where's your seasoning? Why are you not trying hard enough? And I'm like, sorry, chef.
You looked so sad when you said that, bro.
I thought about my old job. Oh, shit. The one I got fired from. And I'm like, bad feelings.
Sorry, chef.
Yeah, sorry, chef.
So working hard.
Mm-hmm.
What's the news on your apartment hunt?
I got a viewing tomorrow.
Hey.
Yeah, in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's a 1.5 bedroom apartment. There's like an extra kind of bedroom in the roof. We have access to the attic.
Right.
And hopefully that this goes well tomorrow and the apartment doesn't look like crap.
Right.
Because it looks nice in the pictures. But I've been apartment hunting for like the past 2 and 3 weeks. And the pictures don't really tell the whole story.
They never do.
Yeah. Like a room might look beautiful and you get there, it's like the size of a closet.
That's like with selfies.
Yeah.
Like, like you can meet a girl online and she got the bomb selfies.
It's
like she out here, like, you're like, hi mi madre.
It's like,
I'm gonna make you a madre.
Instagram.
And
and you try to slide into a DM.
And you slide into a DM. You don't try. You slide in.
You just slide.
You slide in, and the slide is successful. Y'all hitting it off. Y'all talking. Blah blah blah. You don't have the foresight to ask her to Skype. You're like, yeah, let's hang out.
Mm-hmm. You just skip Skype. You go hang out.
I love the vibe. Let's just hang out right now. And then you
like right now. It's like, what are you doing now? Nothing. All right. Let's go hang out.
Hey, meet me at Union Square. Cause that's where people meet up.
I mean, not anymore. I haven't.
Fuck you, Josh.
It's been a while.
You're married. So they're like, yeah, let's meet up at Union Square. You meet up at Union Square and you're looking for her. And you're right in front of her, but there's no way that can be her.
And then it turns out...
that's the situation you're in.
Yeah, with the apartment, exactly. Yeah. It's like, it looks beautiful on pictures, but when you get there, it's like, why is this bedroom a closet?
Yeah.
And then you found out it's
actually the closet. Why does this bedroom have a double chin?
Why is there hair underneath that closet space? Why is one eye dead on this kitchen floor?
I thought you were gonna make it like a one titty bigger than the other joke.
No, man, that's okay.
That's common. Yeah,
that's
common.
Okay.
But it's common.
That's
also
great.
If it wasn't, another thing is like even if you weren't okay with it, that sucks for you because that's something you got to deal with.
That's just something that happens. Yeah. Testicles are the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
No, they are.
I don't know. I've never felt my nuts in comparison.
There was one time
I feel for like lumps and shit.
That's good. That's good that you check yourself,
Yeah, I feel for lumps. But I never check for size comparison.
Me neither. But my nurse did.
Oh, okay.
When I was like 19 getting my physical. And she was like, one's bigger than the other one. The left one's bigger.
She said that to you.
And yeah, she legit said it. And I'm like thinking about it. Like before, I was like, oh, that's normal. I guess thank you for telling me. And I'm thinking about it. I was like, wow, she really felt my nuts for a while.
Like she really
was like really like cuff them and be like, yeah one's bigger than the other.
Also your shaft's kind of thick.
Yeah.
Did she go into that kind of?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I feel like this might be sexual harassment at this moment.
You might have been molested.
I might have been molested by my own doctor.
Speaking of, and it sucks that fucking we have to keep speaking of molestation.
Oh yeah.
And harassment. Mm-hmm. And general perverseness.
Because it's the big thing right now.
It's been the thing. It's coming to light now.
It's huge now, dude. It's molestation
and
and
listen, I'm so tired of hearing it, but it's so necessary to hear because these things do need to come to the light.
Yeah. We've addressed it a couple times in the podcast. New World Order.
Yeah, it's just so fucking draining to keep knowing. All right, so Louie C.K. now has been not molestation per se, but just
sexual
harassment. Would you like to explain?
Well, there's been allegations with Louie C.K.
Not allegations, he confirmed.
No. I mean, before there were just allegations saying that he masturbated in front of women. Yeah. Like he liked women watching him masturbate, and he would take advantage of these women. And that was just allegations before. That was like a year ago. I thought that was funny. I was like, so Louie C.K. And then now it's like multiple women saying the same thing, and it came out to where he actually like took advantage of a few of them, like to the point in which not only masturbating in front of them, but like kind of like taking advantage sexually. And then that became a big thing. And then the same day, Louie C.K. came out and said, I'm sorry, but all these allegations are very true. And I just want to apologize to all the people I hurt and took advantage of. It was selfish of me to take advantage of that power I had to these people who admire me a lot. That's not an excuse.
When was this?
This was yesterday, maybe?
No, but when were these things taking place? Not that it changes anything. I just want to know.
Oh, these for context. For a while, like literally, like a few years.
Oh, is it recent? Like, is it up to recently?
Recent allegations, very recently.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad because you and I were big fans. Of Louie C.K.
Louie C.K. is my favorite comedian.
Yeah, same here. Christ!
Jesus! I was watching that yesterday, actually.
Yeah, his stand-up comedy.
Fucking, like, it sucks. It sucks, and what bothers me about myself, honestly, is that I'm, like, looking for redemption for him.
Yeah, because that's someone you cherished. You know, even before that, if you never heard of anything about those allegations, you would just think that he's a generally good person.
I genuinely thought that. I
genuinely thought that he was a good person.
Louie C.K. did the asshole shtick for his comedy, but to me, he seemed like a kind, caring person.
And also, he fought, like, in a lot of his comedies, he fought misogynism. He fought a lot of that.
Yeah, he had, like, a feminist, not really, but feminist adjacent ideals.
Like, there was one skit that
like
he
with
said,
the 2017 skit where he was talking about abortion.
Yeah,
he started it off with abortion.
He said that I totally agree that women have the right to abort babies, to kill a baby. He said, which I thought was
making it funny.
Yeah, but people found it funny. But there was another thing that he said that men are the worst thing that ever happened to women.
Yeah.
And he literally was like, men are the worst thing that's ever happened to women.
And this is the stand-up right before the 2017 one when he was doing it in the circle thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Like I said, listen, Louie C.K., I didn't see this coming. A lot of people did. And hey, maybe you guys just have more foresight than me. Maybe in my fandom, is that the right word? In my being a fan of Louie C.K., I didn't want to believe these things. That's not to say that I didn't want to believe them, because I believed them when they came out. I believed them especially so when he admitted to them. But even then, I was just like, trying to come up with like a loophole, like a clause, like a hidden clause where it's like, oh, it's okay because of this. Like, and it's not.
No, it's not.
And it's not. And it
really isn't.
It sucks, bro. Cause as you know, you and I want to do sketch comedy.
Yeah, we love comedy. We love writing.
But I also, like, you know that I also personally have aspirations to be a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely like my my
your
role
top
model.
Yeah, like the guy to just
like he's the guy I wanted to be. Yeah, he's the guy. Like if I were to do stand-up, I want a career like Louie C.K.'s. And it just sucks.
It sucks. I agree with you like 100% that you're trying to like find redemption for the whole thing because it's the fan in you. It's the guy who really truly believed that this guy was the savior of comedy. The guy who took art and comedy and meshed it together because he's very good. His Louie shows.
Louie is one of my favorite shows on
exactly.
TV.
It's such a great show to watch. It's like it pretty much, you know, mixes comedy with that awkward life and thinking about situations in real life situations.
No, and keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And the thing is, and his comedy shows, the way he's so blunt with his jokes, but at the same time he's so real and people relate to his jokes and he's just funny. He's just a normal guy who has 2 daughters, who divorced his wife, and he's in his 40s. What are you doing? Is fucking wand made of paper?
Louie C.K. is. Do you okay? So I want to ask you a question, and I'll answer it after you do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there is redemption for him, for people like him?
No,
not
at all. Because even he said it. It wasn't like a mistake.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that it was like, oh, I was possessed by a fucking ancient ghost.
Yeah.
It was literally...
I had the power,
and I took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but I did.
But let me ask you a question. Is there anything to admitting that you're wrong and wanting to be better?
Wanting to be a better person is different from going ahead and being that better person.
All right. Because he could have done the and mind you, the things that I'm telling you now are the things that I was telling myself, and I agree with your take on it. As you know, I just for the sake of conversation, I guess, yeah. Because we're here, we're recording a podcast.
We're recording a podcast,
so we got to talk.
Our job.
He could have done the Kevin Spacey, where he flipped the narrative.
Kevin Spacey flipped.
Yeah,
the narrative.
He tried to do something to distract.
It didn't work though.
It didn't. But I'm saying, jerking off in front of women is bad. Isn't as bad as the molestation of underage kids.
Of underage kids, not at all.
I think he could have tried, and I don't think he did, which I think is a stand-up
move.
Well, I don't think it changes anything though.
When it came out and there was multiple people pretty much prosecuting him about this situation, he took a little moment of silence, and I'm pretty sure he thought about what he had to say.
Yeah.
He probably wanted to flip out, or he's probably like, like in his comedies, he's like, fuck, dude, why would I do that?
I thought he was gonna kill himself.
You think so?
I thought he was gonna. No, I don't think so anymore. I thought he was gonna kill himself.
But
he looks like the type of person
I thought that he knew that his career was done.
Yeah.
After that moment, which, in general, it is.
Is it though?
At the moment, it's done.
Netflix backed out from
Netflix backed out from future comedy specials that he was supposed to do. FX, all his shows are
really
ripped from that, and that was all his shows. Yeah. His Louie shows, his other shows that he did and produced are all on FX. He was an executive producer of that, and that's all gone. Any streamable thing on HBO, that's gone too. All his assets are gone. He still has his money, but all of that is gone. My question is, how many years do you think it'll take for the world to forgive a Louie C.K.?
I don't think there is a forgiveness for Louie C.K. I think he's gonna have to die.
He is someone's just gonna have to sacrifice him to the gods.
Yeah, no, I think like with Michael Jackson, and that's not to put Louis C.K. on the level of a Michael Jackson, obviously. Yeah. But like with Michael Jackson, he got the molestation accusations, and those held on till he died. Yeah. And only then were people like, maybe he didn't do it. Because, it's easier to forget someone when they're dead.
It wasn't proven. Yeah. And the thing is, this was just allegations. Yeah. But then he's gone, and people are like, maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he was just trying to protect the kids, which I heard 1,000 times. Yeah. You don't know that. No one knows. And that's the thing. You will never know because he's gone. Louis C.K., what he did was wrong. But how many years will people take to forgive him? I'd say 8.
So you think that there's a road in which he can make it back to where he is now?
Yeah, I just think he just has to take a leap of absence, be gone for 8 years, and then out of nowhere come back. I don't want I'm not trying to redeem him or anything, but I feel like as media works, as news works, I feel like 8 years is the time lapse that people start to forgive and forget.
Yeah. It needs to be understood that first and foremost, Josh and I think that what Louis C.K. was wrong. What Louis C.K. did was wrong. Exactly. It's not to make again, and we've both just admitted to being very huge fans of his work. I can admittedly, I don't think that changes.
No, I still love his comedy shows.
I don't think that I now know this and now think that Louis C.K. is a bad comedian.
Exactly, and then I'm like, oh no, his jokes are now terrible.
Maybe really good going forward, the way I view him is different. Mm-hmm. But admittedly, his comedy did shape a lot of who I am as a funny man. And that's a weird thing to have to
say now.
Yeah.
Because of what happened. But 2 days ago, maybe even a month ago was probably okay. Because this is the man that people looked up to. This man, he was about to release a new movie called I Love You, Daddy. Yeah. Which is a very, very, very bad title to use during the moment of the harassment allegations.
Is the movie coming out still?
No, it's not. They ripped it off. It was an indie movie, and he worked with an indie film. And he was very intuitive with independent filmmakers and stuff. That was another thing. He worked with a lot of people who
his show looked like an indie show.
Yeah, he worked straight up with independent artists. He loved that type of thing.
Award-winning show and everything.
And the thing is, another thing that I look up to is working with the little people. And the thing is why do you have to do that?
This shows you people have.
You never know who the person is behind the curtains.
Yeah, people have multitudes to them. People can show you one side of them and behind closed doors be a completely different person. A lot of people say that, okay, I saw Louis C.K. doing these things. I can see how he would. I didn't.
Honestly, I didn't either.
Honestly, I truly did not think him capable of those things. Just because he has the asshole approach to comedy, yeah. But in his comedy, he sets himself up as a good person. And he jokingly he'll say things like, everybody gotta die. Oh, fuck you guys, blah blah blah. But then morally, you'll hear the moral stances he takes. So, I don't know. He seemed like I'm disappointed. Is what I'm saying.
You sad? Yeah, I'm sad too. And I feel like that goes to the thought of, I feel like everyone has their demons. Yeah. Behind the closed curtains,
and you just hope that you can exercise those demons
exactly
while you're still alive.
Exactly. Just try not to let them loose
Yeah.
Like people do when they have that power. And that's the thing, what power brings.
And we spoke about this with Kevin Love, when we spoke about Kevin Love.
Kevin Love? Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Love. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart?
We're just talking about basketball.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Hart hasn't molested or done anything.
Yeah, we're not saying anything about Kevin Love. Sorry.
Just off that.
Sorry, it was just basketball talk.
Unless it comes out, in which case I'm a fucking magician. I called that shit. I called it.
We called it.
But at the same time, no chip for the Cavs.
But at the same time, please don't think it's serious. But yeah, Kevin Hart.
Remember a couple weeks ago we had a Respectfully Cheating episode. Please go listen to that. Episode 3. Please go listen to that. Rate, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
Yeah, I said when you have an inordinate amount of power, you almost feel like you can get away with anything. Like, there's no doubt in my mind now, knowing this, that Louie C.K. absolutely thought that was okay because he's Louie C.K.
Yeah, and he thought he can get away with it because he's Louie C.K. Yeah. And he did for a while. But karma is a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, and Harvey Weinsteins, the Louie C.K.'s. I won't put Kevin Love in that bunch because he didn't really molest him. He just cheated on his wife. But
Kevin Love again.
Sorry, Kevin Hart. Yo, son. The Knicks are going up against the Cavs tomorrow.
And you're already thinking about him being... You're like trying to find everything.
Porzingis is going to molest Kevin Love on the court. And that's what I'm seeing. Sorry, molestation isn't a joke, except for this instance right now where I just made it a joke.
So it's a joke.
But maybe not a funny one. Maybe it's a little awkward.
Maybe Steven lacks a little taste in his jokes. He's watched enough Louie C.K.
Nah, and... All I'm saying is, to the Louie C.K.'s of the world, to everyone out there, fucking face your demons before you die, and you gotta come face to face with God Almighty.
Jesus himself.
Not me. Mm-hmm. Not I.
No.
But the actual Jesus.
No. Why are you calling yourself Jesus?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You don't think I'm a little Jesus?
Is this the whole thing about the concourse?
I think nah.
Or it's just
now. Okay, right. Jesus? Okay, right. All right.
So I was
thinking about it. I was thinking about that the week, and I wasn't gonna mention it.
I'm sitting here, and you're calling yourself Jesus.
All right. So Jesus, right, was born in Bethlehem.
Okay.
Right.
There we go.
And Bethlehem. And I'm born in the Bronx, right? That's like, oh, those are far away, but I was born in the Bronx, Lebanon. And Bethlehem. Very, very close.
Yeah.
Right?
In the Middle East.
Yeah. Jesus was born on Christmas.
Uh-huh.
I was born on the 4th of July.
Which is not Christmas.
Which is a national holiday.
Which is far away from Christmas. And one's in the summer, one's in the winter.
The star in the sky.
And
the star in the sky.
Technically.
And the star in the sky, Joshua.
What about the star in the sky? Is it representing fireworks?
It's representive of fireworks.
God damn it.
I was born July 4th.
You were. That's true. Yes, you're Independence baby.
A single mother. I knew who my father was, but he wasn't always around. Like it was kind of weird. Sometimes I try to talk to him and he won't talk back.
But you gotta understand that Mary was a virgin.
Oh, my mom was giving it up.
Yeah, exactly. You were not born from the virgin's womb. You're not Jesus.
She had the soul of a virgin.
You're not Jesus. It's Sunday, and you're saying that you're Jesus.
I'm not
for God's sake.
I'm the second coming.
You're the second coming, more like the second coming. Yeah, that's a sexual joke.
But still, like, okay, so
all right.
So how am I
Bronx, Lebanon, Bethlehem. Okay, maybe with the Mount Hope thing, maybe.
Right,
you're the hope of Mount.
Yes,
you're the hope.
I'm the
new
morning
hope.
star.
You're like
that's
Star Wars.
That's the devil.
Morning Star?
Yeah, the Morning Star.
You should have never said that.
I fucked up.
Now you're not Jesus. Now you like Damien.
Let's say I didn't say that, but let's say I didn't say that.
I'll remember.
I live atop the mountain of hope.
So you're the new hope?
Would you not say that Jesus was the new hope?
No, I would say probably Luke Skywalker was the new hope.
He was a new hope.
He was
but not the new hope.
Well, if you know Star Wars.
Yeah, that was the title of it, right?
The New Hope, yeah.
A New Hope.
Yeah, the first episode.
Yeah, but he was
I mean, actually
the
not
New
the first
Hope.
one. 2, 3,
Jesus
4.
was the New Hope.
He was the savior.
Yeah, the Messiah.
So what are you calling yourself as a savior?
Yeah.
What are you saving? Not my sins.
The Bronx.
The Bronx?
Yeah.
That's a lot of sins.
I'm dying for the sins of the Bronx. You're one of my apostles.
Am I now?
Yeah.
Because my name is Joshua.
Yeah.
And I'm in the Bible.
Yeah.
And I circumcise people.
Don't. We just spoke about this last podcast. We don't believe in circumcision.
I mean.
Are you going to circumcise your child, bro?
No, I don't know.
Why?
What the doctor recommends.
But he's going to recommend the circumcision.
Well, technically it's not
he's
my
born
call.
with the skin, bro. You got the skin.
I got the skin.
Has it prevented you from living your life?
Nah, it hasn't. It's actually been out of the way.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not even circumcised.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I am.
I feel like, honestly,
talking about Jesus and the New Hope, my penis, my
Your penis is the
and
new
its
hope?
foreskin really doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
It's there, but then it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like magic.
Don't circumcise. You think Jesus would have circumcised his kids? Jesus was circumcised, obviously.
He was a Jewish
yeah.
man who practiced Judaism for a long time.
His whole life.
And then he did miracles.
Then he died.
Yeah. And then he died.
That didn't turn out very well for him.
No, it didn't. But then he got real popular.
He didn't practice Judaism his whole life, and then the Jews turned on him.
That's
fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro.
It's only because Jesus was like, yo, what if I made my own religion?
And they're like, nah, you out of pocket.
They're like, no.
No, you're not doing
what
that.
What you saying?
No. Judaism is the religion.
This is what it is. Jesus thought that he was the man. Jesus walked around.
Similar to I.
Jesus walked around with his dick swinging out. And then he's like, yo, water, bam, wine. Water, bam, Jesus juice. Then he called it Jesus juice. And then he made his own label, Jesus juice.
And you know I got Crite. Which is
What's
my own concoction. I mix half Coke, half Sprite. Crite.
My sister called it Spoke.
Whoa. Your sister's like 5 years old.
She's 16.
I am 25, Joshua. Who created Crite?
Whoa.
Joshua.
I knew about
she is 16 years old. You're going to credit her?
No, the thing is, I don't credit.
Spoke?
It's a cool name, though. Imagine drinking Spoke.
No. Crite. Yes.
All right. That's all right. I remember you mixing the drinks. Yeah.
I turned Sprite into Crite. Jesus turned water into wine.
Jesus found a few bros, and he was
I found a few bros. I try to hook you guys up.
One bro.
Bro, nah, man. At the peak of my powers. At the peak of my powers.
At the peak, which you were like, what, 16, 17?
19.
Okay.
I peaked early. Okay. So I had you. I had Ricky. I had Lucas. Christian. I had Christian. I had John. You guys were my apostles.
Well, first of all, not a very good set list.
No, obviously. That's why we broke apart.
Not a very good set list.
Man, it's fucking... Listen, I'm editing it, all right? I'm editing it.
You're trimming down?
Yeah,
I'm trimming down. It turns out that you have like 2 of them. One of them you're stuck with because you live with him.
I'm stuck with you and Josh. I mean, you and Ricky.
I am Josh.
Yeah, you are Josh, but I'm stuck with you and Ricky.
Me or Gray.
I'm Miras. I saw it.
But
yeah, okay. So now I'm down to 2 apostles. I need 11 more. One of them might be one of the other ones that I dropped because one of them got to be Judas. Should I plan for my own Judas? That's not how it works.
No, Judas.
Are we both admitting that I'm Jesus now?
No, I've never admitted this.
I love this. No, because you were plotting it with me, bro.
No, I'm honestly like, in my head, you think I'm plotting, but in my head, I'm like, he's still going with this Jesus thing.
Yeah?
Like, it's been a few minutes now.
It's blasphemous.
I feel like it's just passed over. We haven't even introduced the beer today.
We're going to get to that, bro.
We're going to get to this, but you're just busy talking about how you, Jesus, because you're from Mount Hope, because you were born in Bronx, Lebanon, which is a bad hospital.
And you think Bethlehem was popping at the time?
Yeah, because everyone lived there.
Man, people live in the Bronx, bro.
Now.
Where are we? Are we now?
Are we in the Bronx? Yeah, we're in the Bronx.
Are we in the now?
Are we in the now?
I think we're in the now.
Look, one miracle. Tell me one miracle you made. I'm waiting. The whole time. This year.
This year?
No, I'm just...
In life?
In life. Dude, Jesus has been making miracles since he was a baby.
I got Ricky pussy.
Oh my God.
Was that not a miracle?
I feel like he got his own.
No.
I feel like he got his...
No.
I feel like he got his own.
Josh.
With desperation.
Josh.
What's up?
I want credit where it's due.
I'm trying to find you miracles. I can't find it.
Fuck, man.
Dude, you're not Jesus.
Okay, but the thing is that you're not. The thing is that you're not. You're just saying that I'm not. You're not entertaining the idea. Jesus. What if I am? What if I am? Try to argue my point for me.
So if I were, Jesus is literally my best friend who's doing a podcast with me.
Isn't that kind of dope, though?
In my bedroom.
Yeah. Isn't
drinking
that kind of dope,
beers with me. So we're going back to where Jesus was a pothead in the last podcast. We're foreshadowing.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you saying that I'm Jesus?
No, you're not Jesus. You're growing the beard, but you're not Jesus.
I'm growing the beard.
We're both growing the beard.
It's
just November beard.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really start growing it for that reason. I was just looking at my face.
You always had a beard, though.
Yeah, I've always had a beard, but I trim periodically. I was just looking at my face and I'm like, yo, I think you're ready. Like, my face is slimmed down because of the, like, weight loss and stuff. So I'm just like, yo, because when I was growing my beard my first time, I feel like my face looked too wide. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Like, beards make your face look wider.
All the time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Almost exactly like Jesus.
No.
That's crazy, isn't it? You know what's wild? Is that, like, Josh and I, believe it or not, we're, like, really crazy devout Christians at one point in time.
Yeah, we were very religious. I mean, it's not like we were religious and then, like, all right, Satan rules the world. Oh, we still have beliefs.
Yeah, no, I still have my beliefs and my all that, but I don't go to church anymore.
Nah, none of us do.
I don't sing "How Great Is Our God."
Dude, there was a time. Twice. All right, so this is where it starts.
Is our God?
This is where it starts.
Sing with me, how great.
We're gonna go back
is our
to the
God,
past. Steven and I
will see how
we were
great
16 years old, right? 15, 16.
Is our God.
We used to go to this church in Southern Boulevard.
Romans 16. 19 says.
He knows the names. He knows the songs and everything.
Of what is good.
I got a song for you. Remember, I'll praise you in the storm?
Oh, and God of peace will soon crush Satan. Oh, God will crush him underneath your feet. Huh.
I actually don't remember those songs.
Really?
You were definitely into it more than I was.
Come on, bro. You were there.
Nah, I went there for a different reason.
You went there for puss.
Kinda.
Nah, but you were super
into it. No, I was super into it, yeah. But at the same time, that was also kind of like a thing that I went to. Alright, so we used to go to church a lot.
Twice a week?
Twice a week, literally. Twice a week. Fridays and
Sundays, yeah.
Fridays and Sundays. And we started going because of our mutual friend. I mean, my cousin,
your cousin,
your
my
best friend at the past,
yeah.
Corey,
Shout out to Corey.
Shout out to Corey. Right now,
Iceman Games. Go follow
Iceman Games. Iceman 1761 Games, whatever. You'll find him on YouTube. We're gonna bring him one day for a little interview.
We're gonna talk about his
YouTubing. And his streaming. He's actually really good at it. He's actually getting very hot at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to talk about our whole thing where we started going to church with each other. So, I met Steven through Corey. From a very young age.
11 years old?
11 years old, where Steven was his next door neighbor. I used to come over, sleep over with, my uncles and my cousins.
Yeah.
And every day, Steven would come over. Hey, bro, what you doing? Let's hang out. Let's watch porn.
Corey and I used to hang out all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And I was always there. So
Corey and I also used to exchange. We would go to like Spankwire and stuff on our PSPs.
Spankwire. And PSPs.
Yeah, and we'd save images. And then we'd trade those images like currency.
Kind of like Pokemon cards. Yeah. I remember. Cause
I'd be like, yo, let me borrow this game. Like, fucking Kingdom Hearts 2. And I'd be like, but what you gonna give me in return? And we were literally like...
trading porn. Movies. Yeah. And it's not like videos. It was just...
And this is at like 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
But fast forward to 16.
Yeah, 16 years old. We're going to church. Because
little backstory.
Backstory. So I've started going to church with Corey because I don't know. One day I just woke up. We went to church. They started going to church too. It was like literally random because they were total party animals and everything.
Partiers. Smoked
bud, drank all night.
Yeah.
Not my cousin, but like my uncles and aunts and stuff. Yeah, it was just super party animals. And then one Sunday, they were like, hey, let's start going to church. And I remember me staying over, and they're like, Josh, we're going to go to church. We're going to take you. You got no choice. I'm like, all right.
Oh, the difference was like night and day.
Night and day.
Bro, like one week, I was going to their house, and everyone was drinking and like having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And the next week, it was like... family oriented, like it was
like crazy.
It was good.
Yo,
like, I
Jimmy started wearing his glasses.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, and that's what drew me in. As you guys may know, I talk a lot about like my family and stuff. My mom and I are really close. My dad and I not so much. But even my mom and I at that time, at the age of 16, that's when I started looking like my dad, looking for my dad's approval. So I was acting like him. And in acting like him, I was losing my mom's approval.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really rocky period in my life. My mom had kicked me out.
Like 16-year-old.
Yeah.
It was a hard time.
It was just horrible. It was like a lot of abuse, mental and physical and all that. And then I go to Corey's house, and I'm seeing these people as a family, like rebuild their connection.
Yeah,
and that called to me.
It honestly was crazy because they were going through like this relapse, because at first they were partying and stuff and always arguing and always going through these situations. Like that was my family. That's my first uncle, my first cousins, my aunts, and they were all going through this situation where they couldn't come back from the mess they made with the drugs and the alcohol. So they chose religion. And out of nowhere, they started just becoming this family.
Night and day.
And I saw that because at the same time, I didn't have that either. My dad was in prison.
Yeah.
My dad got arrested. He was in prison. I didn't have any friends at the moment. Because,
GTA.
Yeah. I was always isolated. Yeah, my dad went to prison for Grand Theft Auto. I mean, he's a Puerto Rican dad. It was expected.
Little
backstory. Well, growing up, it was so normal to me to see my father commit these crimes. You know, my dad was big in selling drugs, stealing cars.
Bronx shit.
Bronx shit. Like Bronx. It's all he knew. Yeah. It's all he knew, and it's all I grew up knowing. The fact that I didn't do any of those things or turn out exactly like that is phenomenal, because I was there every second of him doing those things.
And it didn't call to you.
It didn't call to me. I knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
I really did knew it was wrong. He always told me it was wrong, but I just felt so sad because it was all he knew how to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, it caught up to him.
And I will say that I always got that feeling from your dad. Like, I always got the feeling that it's not something he enjoyed doing. I feel like to a certain degree, he felt like it was all that he was good at.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. He thought that it was all that he was good at because he had jobs in the past. Yeah. But those jobs didn't really work out with him. So he chose the life of crime. Right. Because it's like that's what he knew since he was a teenager. And you know?
Same with my uncles. My uncles, two of my uncles got deported for the selling of cocaine.
Yeah.
And they would be in and out of prison for a long time. Like, they would come out, they'd get a job, any job, like a bodega, a factory, anything. They'd get bored. The money was coming in too slow.
Exactly. And
they're like, all right, I'm gonna do it this one time, and the money comes in fast, and it's almost like a rush. Like, oh shit, I remember what this felt like.
Exactly.
And out of nowhere, it's like, boom, I'm selling packs again. I'm selling, you know.
I remember when my dad had an actual good paying job. He used to work for a hospital. He was doing security, and he was actually getting pretty good money at the time. Like $12 an hour was really good money when I was like 12, 13 years old. And I remember him doing that for like 6 months, and everyone was so proud of him. And then he realized he needed a little bit more money, a little to support kind of like school, me needing clothes and stuff. Yeah. And I was living with him. It was just me living with my dad in my grandparents' place with my uncle and my aunt. It was a packed bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment in Crotona. So dad doing his best, and then he realizes I need a little more, that, you know, it's money's just coming in slow.
Yeah.
So he knew what he did.
I gotta do something.
You gotta do something.
Yeah.
So he knew friends. He knew friends of friends. They gave him this one deal. I think it was to sell cocaine. He mixed the cocaine together. He made the bags. He sold it. $2,000 easy.
Yeah.
$2,000 in a week.
In a week. And you gotta figure, like, a lot of people wonder why do people sell drugs? Why do people sell drugs, right? Let's say you're at a job right now and people will tell you, hey, minimum wage should be $15. So there are people who are striving for $15 an hour. At $15 an hour, you are making maybe $400 a week.
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't made 15.
Like $480 a week, yeah.
While, yeah. Not that humble brag. Yeah, so at 50, you're maybe making $400 a week, which is $16 a month.
Yeah.
And in comparison, you're not talking about $2,000 in a week, which is $2,000 still isn't a lot, but it's a week. You know,
it's a week. That means $8,000 a month.
You have a son, and I don't know. Did he have Savannah at the time?
At the time, yeah, he did.
So yeah, he has a son and a daughter. Like, $1,600 a month is not cutting it, and you gotta help your mom financially. Look, you gotta help. Like, you gotta do shit. You gotta make moves.
Yeah. So my dad went into that deal, and then he thought of it as a one-time thing, and then it continued to go on, and then But that's the thing. He didn't get arrested for that, for the whole drug thing. It was the more easier thing, the thing that he knew that he can get away with all the time, which was
that's how they get you.
The Grand Theft Auto, and he did it so perfectly to the point in which he thought he was untouchable.
I've never met, and I will say this little backstory. I know your dad. You know that.
Mm-hmm,
Audience doesn't. Obviously, you're my best friend. Why wouldn't I know your dad?
Yeah.
When Josh and I weren't so close before his father got out of prison, around the time his father went into prison, which is around the time that Josh and I started going to church, and we'll jump back into that subject as we'll seamlessly transition. We're really good at that shit.
Yeah.
So when Josh's dad came out of prison, Josh and I were already best friends, and I was spending a lot of time with him. I've never met a person who is more knowledgeable about cars, their innards and outwards, than your father.
Yeah,
like there's a reason. There's a reason why he was so good at boosting them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this man loves cars. Like I think your dad's perfect job would actually be owning like an auto body repair shop.
It would be. He would be that Dominican who's not a Dominican.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, who owned a body shop. And the thing is, he worked in body shops.
Yeah,
but the thing is, it's not good money.
It's not good money unless you own it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, like this man knows cars. So there's like, as Josh was saying, he's like cocky about his car boost. He's like, hey, no one's gonna catch me. The reason for that is because if you LeBron, you're not thinking that if you drive to the basket, someone's gonna block your shot. You're like, nigga, I'm LeBron.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm about to tomahawk slam this shit.
Exactly.
and so yeah, so keep going. I just want to explain like that your dad was a LeBron. That was a LeBron of car theft.
Yeah, you're not gonna tomahawk slam this shit all the time, and it catches you. So it caught him. I actually got arrested with him, but I didn't get booked. Like I just got handcuffed.
Yeah.
I got released. My mom picked me up. My mom never forgave him.
What was the anxiety there though?
Oh, I was scared as shit.
Yeah.
But to the point in which I knew it was gonna happen. So I was just like sitting in a chair, handcuffed. Like, why did he do this? He knew that this was gonna happen one day. He even said it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he kept on doing it. It's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like when you're young and you like cheating on a girl, and you keep on cheating,
and you know she's gonna catch you.
Like multiple girls, it's like, hey, I'm all these girls, no one's gonna catch me. Come on, and then they all find out about each other. Yeah. It's kind of like that. So that happened. I started high school.
Are you saying your dad cheated on cocaine with cars?
Yes. Technically.
Or I guess cars was his first love, so he was cheating on cars.
On cocaine, but then cocaine wasn't satisfying enough, so he went back to cars all the time. Right. But yeah.
That dog.
He was in jail. And
how long did he do?
He did 2-3 years, I believe, yeah. I was alone some. And the only closest person to me was
Corey,
yeah, who lived just a few bus rides away.
Keep in mind, Josh and I weren't that close at this time. We were friends.
Yeah.
We would begin to develop our friendship around this time.
Mm-hmm.
But at this time, it was just a lot of
we just knew each other.
Yeah, it was a lot of
because of a mutual person.
Yeah.
So yeah, Corey also lived on Mount Hope. Mm-hmm. This literally a door across from where Mears lived.
Yeah.
So I would take that bus, and I would always bump into.
Should we call Corey Iceman?
No, it doesn't matter. Names, at this moment.
Yeah.
So Steven Mears. So I would always bump into Steven, saying, "Hey, what's up, man?" And we always have a good conversation. That's something that we always did. And I visit my cousin, and then we will hang out. And the first person we would hang out with is Steven.
Hi guys.
This is before he was Mirrors. Yeah. So I'm gonna call him Steven.
I was Caver back then.
Yeah, you were Caver back then. This is a different nickname.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Not again. But yeah, keep going.
So yeah, we would hang out, and we used to go to the park, Claremont Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to hang out there all the time because my uncle used to do barbecues.
OD barbecues.
OD barbecues.
This nigga, they still do barbecues
they
to this
still,
day, bro.
Not the same place, but they just do it.
Yeah, they do in Pelham Bay Park.
Yeah,
now they love them shits, bro.
Now. Yeah, they love it. I mean, because Jimmy's a chef.
He's fantastic with the barbecue.
Yeah, he's amazing. But yeah, so we used to hang out all the time, and then the family slowly transitioned to Christianity. So they started going to church. I started going to church with them. I'm
gonna fight you on this slowly, because like, for me,
it was out of nowhere. Yeah.
For me, it was like a one day this, one day that.
For you,
like, I remember Corey telling me, "Oh, we gonna go to church," and him being like, and even Destiny ended up being way into it.
Yeah.
But even Destiny, like Corey and Destiny, I remember them telling me about it, and they're like giving me the I don't know what they like. This is weird.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
everyone thought it was weird, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I feel bad for you guys."
It was so weird, man. It was so weird.
And then out of nowhere, one day, Corey invites me, and he's like, he's into it, and I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah, that's the thing. Let me
get
back to the beginning of the story. So, like I said, it slowly transitioned for me, even though
because it was a family thing.
It was a family thing. I overheard it. I overheard it from my grandfather, who's the person who got them into church.
Yeah,
my grandfather, Juan Matos.
No, but just explain that your grandfather is...
My grandfather is a saint.
Yeah.
He is
legitimate, a giving, kind-hearted, great-hearted,
Christian, man of faith, Christian. OD. He's a deacon at the church.
All he does is he works, comes home to his wife, watches some baseball.
Yeah, literally
that's his life.
He's currently retired.
Reads the. Oh, he retired already?
Yeah, he retired last year, man.
Oh,
wow,
shit.
You think he goes to? He just came from church.
Yeah, I know he just came from church. But yeah, then every time I see him, he's talking to me about Bible verses. He started like, this man loves.
He loves Jesus.
That shit. He lives that shit,
and not Stephen as in Jesus.
Christ.
Back to Louie C.K.
But yeah, broke my heart, bro. Why couldn't you be a decent human being and not fucking jerk off in front of women?
But yeah,
talk about your actual saint grandfather.
My grandfather is the person who brought them to church, and he was like, "Hey, I know you're going through this tough time. Come to my church. Redeem yourself." And they started doing that.
Also, speak about how your uncle and aunt by marriage were of the church in their youth.
Yeah,
they as you know, you guys may not know, but it's a common thing, and it's truth, and we experienced it firsthand. People who are raised in the church have a higher degree of rebellion.
Yes. In
their teenage and adult lives.
Uh-huh.
Because,
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Josh's family.
Yeah, my grandfather went to church. He started being religious around the age of 30, redeeming from his
indiscretions.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. As an old school Puerto Rican, he was really into partying and alcohol. He was an alcoholic.
He was?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was a hardcore alcoholic. Sometimes I try to get him a little drunk. It's funny.
That's horrible. You're a fucking demon.
I am. I'm the opposite of Jesus.
You're the devil.
I'm Damien. But yeah, he's a saint now. So back to the story of me getting into church. So going to church one day, and it was a good old time. I had a good old time. I needed that type of family feeling, that type of belonging to somewhere, because I didn't have it where I was growing up. Just going to high school, coming back, and didn't have anyone to look for because my father was in jail. My uncle was an asshole. I hated him.
Yeah.
And then my mom was just too far away to even contact. So then I told Corey, I was like, I might just go to church again.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I just started going to church on Sundays with them. And we just constantly went to church. And I remember you used to come over and we were like, hey, come to church.
And I was like, nah.
Yeah, you were like, nah, man.
That's weird.
I'm not sure. I'm busy on Sundays jerking off.
Yeah. And are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
You finish?
I'm finished with that part. Yeah, it's chapter 1.
No, what you said just resonated with me. And I just want to add on to that. Like I said, I come from a family of, and I love my family. That's not to bring them down. Like, we're a complete 180 from where we were then. But I come from a family of, like, mental and physical abuse and just, like, no support and all that. And I remember when I finally went, I was living with my dad. My mom had kicked me out. And my dad always resented me for not being, like, super playery. Yeah. And what I did then to make him feel better is I became a horrible player. And we'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah.
But for now, I go to church. And this is when they were in the concourse.
Yes.
Concourse 149.
Yeah. On was it the concourse or was it 3rd Avenue?
3rd Avenue 149.
Yeah, on the hub. Yeah, like 3rd literally Avenue, right at the hub.
You're right. And I go and like immediately everyone's like asking me about myself, like, oh, what are you into? What do you like doing? What makes you happy? And these are questions that I don't get from my mom.
Yeah.
Like my family doesn't care. Like I play the guitar, and my family, every time I play the guitar, they're just like, they're like making fun of me. They're like, oh, he thinks he knows how to play. And I like in the church when they found out I play the guitar, they were like, yeah, you should play for us. Oh, like like they were warm and inviting, and it was like.
I remember you and I made it our mission to be musicians.
Yeah, because of them.
Church.
Because of them. Yeah, it was. That's why I will never in my life downplay religion. I will never in my life be one of those people who like, oh, religion's like slavery, blah blah. I've seen it with my eyes. I've seen the change that can come with my eyes.
I've been there too. Yeah.
Fucking like Corey, Destiny, Jimmy, Miriam. They were completely different people before Christianity. And this is not fake because like. I'm with them, like not anymore. I haven't seen them in a couple of years. Like we grew apart, but at a certain point, I was with them every single day. As Josh mentioned, Corey was my best friend. Later on in life, Destiny was my girlfriend. I was with them every single day.
Yeah, I remember more than me.
Yeah, no, seriously,
and their family.
Seriously,
yeah,
and it was just. Miraculous, still is to this day miraculous how finding God can change you. It can genuinely change you, not like a fake, like
it's
putting
not,
on airs.
It's not a fake feeling. People think it's like, oh, you're just trying to find an excuse for all your like, your animal instincts. No, it's not that. It's honestly, it felt great.
Some people just need somebody to say it's gonna be okay.
It literally was that sanctuary where we went to, where people we felt like cared about us. And that's what it was. If people legit cared about us, it was a family. Yeah. And we went everywhere with that church. Yeah. We went to Battle Cry.
Battle Cry is a church concert. It's a 3-day event.
It's huge.
And it's like think of Battle Cry the way you would think of like a fucking Metallica concert.
Think of like Lollapalooza, dude.
Yeah.
Think of Lollapalooza. Think of like
indoors though.
Yeah, but indoors. Fucking SpongeBob.
But yeah, it's we went to Battle Cry with them. We went to cookouts with them.
We went to like lakes. We went to Dorney Park the first time with them.
It was a family.
I got my first sunburn with that church.
It was a family. Like
genuinely. It really was. My family wasn't doing anything like that.
Even to the point where like I ended up moving back in with my mom, and my mom would try to get me to not go to church because she was like jealous of how close I was getting with them, which is like genuinely close. Like they would text me, like I was getting like when I had hardships and things that I needed to talk to, I wouldn't even talk to my mom or my dad anymore. I was asking Jimmy and Miriam and Billy, Billy being the pastor of the church that we used to go to. And for a while, I want to say maybe a good year or two, things just felt great. Things just felt like they made sense.
Yeah, they were okay.
Yeah. Like not even okay. Like I don't want to I think okay is downplaying it. Like I don't know if you remember how happy we were, bro.
We were pretty happy. I'm not gonna lie to you. We spent many times in youth. That was the first time I felt like I was relaxed to just dance and be
like
myself.
Just being goofy. Like
goofy. We used to make conversation circles with other peoples.
We used to fucking do dancing circle things, and I would vogue and stuff, like joking around.
It's weird, but Steven was a voguer.
Yeah.
I remember I even had my first crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, in church. Yeah.
Pastor's daughter.
Pastor's daughter liked me. She was a little too old for me, but...
A little too old for you.
I mean, it's not like she was 30 years old and I was 16 years old. She was in her
20s when you were...
She was 20 years old and I was 16 years old. But yeah, that was my first thing. That was my first thing.
Yeah.
And that was like a new feeling. I wouldn't have had that if it was for religion. It wasn't for going to church, making friends and stuff at church. I remember there was a time where Steven was having a bad time with his family. We were 16 years old and his mother wanted to kick him out from the house. He didn't have nowhere else to go. He didn't speak to anyone for a whole month. He didn't go to church for a whole month. I remember. And I remember nobody. I think this is where the friendship started. Like, the hardcore friendship between Steven and I, and no one else that interfered with it. I remember nobody else wanted to contact Steven. And they were like, you know what? Let God guide his hand.
Yeah.
To coming back to church and speaking to people. I believed that for a little while. And then I realized it wasn't working. And I realized, no, something's awfully wrong. Someone's got to do it. And I remember literally calling Steven out of the blue. And I remember he picked up that phone. And the first thing I heard was Steven literally crying on the phone, saying, I got nowhere else to go. My family's kicking me out. I honestly, my father won't speak to me. I don't know what to do. I'm having a terrible time. And I remember telling him, dude, that sucks.
Fucking bummer.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, man, because I remember telling him I was so worried. I thought something happened to you. And I remember Steven saying, you were worried? Like, Steven never felt that feeling of someone and an individual really caring about him. And I was like, yeah, man. You haven't gone to church in God knows how long. People were asking for you. No one's asking. Which was an
important thing back then. Like if you missed church, niggas were calling you up. I remember there was this one time where you guys, all the youth group, like came to my house.
Yeah.
To pick, and my mom almost didn't want me to go downstairs. She was like,
I remember I set up that coup.
I appreciate that.
I literally set up that. I was like, guys, Steven doesn't live so far away from here. Let's just go get him.
That meant a lot to me.
Yeah, and they were like, you know what, that'd be cool. So I brought everybody together, and we literally marched to your place, and we got you. Because I know that you were feeling like, you know, like you didn't belong anywhere, and you just wanted to not talk to anybody, because that's how you handle things. And I'm like, nah, man, you gotta bring yourself out.
Something I'm working on. And I still take care of things that way.
Yeah, I know.
To a certain degree.
Yeah. And I remember that's when you and I started chilling as individuals.
Yeah.
Like, we literally started hanging out at your place. I think you moved in with your dad at the time.
Yeah.
You were trying to rekindle things. And I used to come over all the time, bring over my guitar. And that's when we started exploring more than just the religion itself.
That sounds like we were doing some gay stuff.
No, we weren't doing anything gay. We were literally just like, bro, we got a lot in common.
Yeah.
And then, like, it started just becoming a thing. We just started going to church with each other, started hanging out with each other. And Corey used to hang out with us all the time. And I remember he started slowly falling apart from that. And I mentioned this to him already doing the streams. I do Twitch streams. Yeah. I play video games.
Plug that real quick.
Yeah. It's Josh Valentin on Twitch.tv. You can find me. My gamer tag's RockF1A1.
Remember Iceman Games 1761?
I believe so. Yeah, it should be that.
Follow Corey as well.
Yeah, I'll double check that later on. If anything, I'll put that in the comments.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that... Actually, let me just find it now.
Yeah, I remember... while you're doing that, I'll start talking. I remember that Josh and I, Earl Grey and I, started getting close. And before, it was kind of like we would come to hang out with Corey. Mm-hmm. And then after a while, it was kind of like Corey was coming to hang out with us. Which was a little... And it wasn't more because we were getting close and excluding him. What ended up happening around that time is that Corey also fell in love.
Yes.
So Josh was in love with the pastor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not in love, in like.
No, I just had a crush.
A crush. No, but you were like...
Well, I didn't...
Into her.
I wouldn't have known because it was you. You were also
very young, yeah. Corey was in love with the pastor's younger daughter, middle.
Well, if you want to find Corey,
Iceman
Games on social media. It's on literally Instagram. You can follow his page. He has billions of followers. His YouTube is also Iceman Games. You can find that there. If you're really into walkthroughs, gameplays, on Twitch or Mixer. Twitch is Iceman Games with 2 S's. Mixer is Iceman Games. Everything's just Iceman Games. You can't miss that out. Anyways, he was really into this girl called Lindsay. I think into is like an understatement.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like he was in love with her.
He was in love with this girl, and he can't deny this. He literally can't deny this because we've talked about this, and I told him that I was gonna mention this in the podcast.
Perfect, because to the degree where I almost said that Lindsay is the reason why Corey stopped hanging out with us that much.
I was speaking to Corey, and Corey said that's true.
Yeah,
he literally said it was the funniest comment, and I think you can find that on his page. Where on our past streams, I think we were playing Players Unknown Battlegrounds, and we were talking about how we fell apart, the DMC crew, the Dirty Meat crew.
Oh, okay. So remember, Josh and I, we've been saying that we want to. Please, guys, go on YouTube.
Oh, God, I still have it up.
It's still there. Yeah,
it's still there.
Please, this is like 14, 15-year-old Mirez and Earl Grey and Iceman. And we're inside of Western Beef.
Oh, God. So please,
Google Love of Meat in Western Beef.
You can't. It's the only title.
It's the only fucking title.
It's actually.
I'm gonna actually post that shit.
You should.
Love of Meat in Western Beef.
It was recorded with the lowest quality cell phone on earth.
Way back in the day.
Like before iPhones existed.
And so we've always had this idea. Even during the religious days, we were just like gonna, I guess, be like Christian comedy. But we've always wanted to.
It wasn't so Christian, that comedy. We were like playing with meat.
Yeah,
and we knew what we were talking about.
But yeah, fuck, you're right. But still, like Corey was supposed to be the third person in this group. What ended up happening was Corey. And he didn't meet Lindsay. He already knew Lindsay. Like I said, she was a pastor's daughter. Very shy. Josh and I were like, hey, talk to her. Mm-hmm. We give him a little bit of pointers here and there.
Yeah.
Guide him along. I don't want to say guide because after a while he just
did his own. Yeah, he
doing
just
his own.
Found his groove.
I think we just helped with the first couple of steps to build the confidence to talk to her. But once the conversations were being had, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it wasn't. You can't deny that there was something there.
Yeah. The problem is that they really couldn't deny there was something there. So much so that he would not stop talking to her for a second.
Yeah. And literally forgot who we were.
Forgot we existed.
We literally didn't exist after that. I mean, I don't blame him. It was his first girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get that.
Yeah, we get it. And we get that he was totally into her. Like, that was the first girl that was, like, really into him. And she was an ugly girl. She was actually a very pretty girl. And he's just, his is, yeah. But the thing is, he was totally in love with her to the point in which we didn't exist.
Yeah.
We technically just didn't exist. Like, you would think that the conversations would just slowly die out. It was like one day that we just didn't talk at all.
That's why I appreciate you, Josh. It's not to say I don't appreciate Corey. I appreciate that you were into, do I say her name?
Yeah, you can say a name.
You were into Michelle.
Yeah.
But you weren't, like, obsessed with her.
No, I wasn't obsessed. I had this general, like, teenage, like, fever where I felt really strong about her.
No, yeah. And, like, when you guys didn't work out, you were crushed.
I was crushed as hell. But the thing is, I didn't take it. Yeah. I didn't let it, like, crush me, like, all my friendships and live in this little shell. Right. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go on with my own bad self. Yeah, and then I started revenge. I took fucking revenge. Jared Leto knows. There's a song by 36 Mars called Revenge. It's an acoustic. Steven is singing the only lines in that song. But yeah, I mean, she I guess there was no hope in that. Like, we went out and she was kind of like one of my first kisses ever. I can't remember, but I remember us really trying and then finding out that it wasn't gonna go anywhere. I was 16, girl was like 20, 21. Yeah. And I found interest in other girls that were my age. This was actually the time when Daphne and I first met.
Shout to
I was
Daphne.
16 and she was, I think, also 16.
Shout to Daphne, but also not really because
she also broke my heart at that age. Yeah, the thing is, I met Daphne. We went on an overnight trip in high school. We went to the same high school. We went on an overnight trip, and there was a truth or dare thingy. And her gay best friend was this. I dare you guys to make out.
I made out.
And we made out. But the thing is, prolonged make out. It was like way after, the dare's over. But then we were like, nah, this is more than a dare now. Yeah. We just like each other. And then that started, and then we started getting to know each other. And I remember it being like the 24th.
If that's not love,
I remember it was literally December 24th of 20.
If that's not friendship, then what is?
2008.
If that's not music, then what is?
2008.
Do you know who that is?
No.
That's the Naked Brothers band.
Thank God I don't know. Well, I'm a better person.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I know the Naked Brothers band. I do.
No, but keep telling your love story.
So yeah, it was December 24th. 2008, and I remember us coming back from the trip. I'm home. I'm feeling confident. Now. I'm feeling good about myself. I got my Slipknot t-shirt on, and I'm like, I'm gonna flip out my phone. My phone was like a physical keyboard, like flip, and then I had her number. And I texted to her. By the way, let's rewind back. We're on the bus, on the Greyhound bus, going back to school. Going back to school, to go home. And she was, like, laying on me.
I don't want to run
laying away, on me, sleeping on me. And I had my headphones on. And the thing is, you would think that song would be playing in my headphones. But it was actually, like, 30 Seconds to Mars.
My heart tell
which is
that I am.
Which is the revenge story.
Is there any way that I could stay?
This is the first song Steven thought was beautiful.
Yo. I started crying the first time I heard this song. I was like 8 years old in a JC Penney.
Yeah.
And like, how the fuck do I know what that song is about? Like, I just felt pain.
Like the beauty of it.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, that's Daniel Bedingfield.
Natasha Bedingfield's brother.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't remember the name of the song.
Oh, it don't matter. They'll know it. Everyone knows the song just by you singing it.
But yeah, Josh and Daphne didn't like Daphne for a really long time. For that, I didn't like hold on to the resentment, but I just remember him telling me about her and the way they broke up. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the story. But anyways, I'm in the bus, going down the bus. We're driving back to New York. I was listening to 30 Seconds to Mars in B-sides, by the way, not even the actual albums. And we're like, and that's the whole ride pretty much. And that's every time I hear that one song, I think it's called Anarchy in Tokyo by 30 Seconds to Mars. I think of that moment. Get home. It's the 24th of December. I tell her, Merry Christmas. By the way, you want to be something? And she's like, what do you mean something? I was like, just be a couple. Let's go out. She's like, all right. So we go out for a month, and then she breaks up with me.
Just out of nowhere.
Literally, like, not out of nowhere. I guess I was too much for her.
Yeah.
I guess I was too much love, and she told me that she feels like she didn't deserve that love. It was, like, too overwhelming for her. It was, like, a lot of, it's not you, it's me. But then that kind of, like, broke my heart a lot.
OD.
And I remember Steven being there for many cries.
You fucked up, Daphne.
Yeah, and I remember going...
Could have been together 9 years now.
I remember going back to church and then trying to kind of rekindle my thing with Michelle.
Yeah. You was making her jealous.
Yeah.
With the Daphne thing.
Exactly.
And it worked.
It worked so well. But the thing is, I didn't really care about Michelle anymore. I was like totally
like you were. I remember that.
And I remember Michelle not wanting to talk to me after that.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I broke a 21-year-old's heart, and I was 16-year-old. You know how much like amp that got me, like how hard of a person that made me, like to be 16 and have a 21-year-old have their heart broken because you decided to go out with another 16-year-old.
I mean,
and be me.
I mean, first of all, like if we're looking back, it's really fucking weird of her to even have.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it is kind of like
statutory rape.
Statutory rape.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. At the moment, I didn't think about it, but like...
Oh, yeah, no,
like,
kids never
growing
think about
up,
it. You always feel cool for older people being into you, but then if you really think about it, that was kind of creepy.
It was creepy. As growing up...
Like, not even kind of, like, it was...
No, as an adult, I thought about it many times, and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah. I made out with that.
Yeah.
Like, she was way older than me.
Like, I at 25 would find trouble, like, if a 19-year-old girl...
Oh no!
Was interested in me?
Like my brother's age.
Yeah, like I'd be like.
That's the thing. That's how we think. But that's also weird that she didn't think like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like even 18 is legal, but to me, like, and I'm only 25. I'm not saying I'm 35. Like at 25, an 18-year-old girl is too young for me.
Which brings you back to
a perfectly legal girl.
Which
is too young for me.
Which brings you back to religion. For us, it was a saving point. But for, I guess, the people who were raised with it, like my aunt and my uncle who rebelled, and then later on...
They were shackles.
But to the pastor's daughters...
They were shackles.
They were shackles. And the only way they knew how to rebel was sexually.
Yeah.
If it's taking advantage of Corey... Well, Lindsay was taking advantage
of Corey.
Taken away from his youth, Corey, which was us.
Yeah, Corey, tight-knit group of friends, gets his first whiff of
hormones.
It's
the
vagina,
pheromones.
The vagina.
Yeah, it's like,
It smells like vagina.
This is not the same smell of penis.
Where's that smell coming from? I'm usually surrounded by penises.
Yeah, it's like,
and
there's pheromone in the sky.
And so she was also older than him.
She
was also older than him. Was she legal?
She was older than him.
She's older than I.
She's older than me. She's older than us. We're the same age. She was like 2 years older than us.
So I was 16.
She was 18.
Then Corey is a year younger than us.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey was 24.
So Corey was like 7. No, Corey was like 15 16.
Dating a 17, 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Yep. So
that's kind of weird. But that just goes to show you that religion's a tricky thing, because if you go in there from the point of view of a Josh Mirez, Earl Grey, a Mirez, Jimmy, a Miriam, who are coming to church looking for salvation.
Yeah, a savior.
Or coming to church like, I have nothing, I am broken down, help. Church can really help.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are also people who see the church as a perfect masquerade.
Yeah, like a perfect restraint, like something to
block them
away.
Hide
yeah,
it gives you a perfect hiding ground. Like that way, like if anyone's like, "Hey, you're this is not," you're like, "No, I go to church." And that's what we started discovering towards the second part. Like, Josh and I aren't practicing Christians. Would you consider yourself a Christian now?
I would consider myself I wouldn't consider myself religion.
I believe in God.
I'm not religious.
Yeah, but I don't believe in Christianity.
I believe in God. I believe in a savior. I still wear the cross.
Okay, so Josh and I told you we went to Battle Cry.
Yeah.
And this one time I go to Battle Cry, and I feel like I still remember it. Like, you cannot tell me God isn't real. Cause like, I remember feeling him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember the feeling. I wasn't like pretending. Like I felt that, and it was like a otherworldly calmness just throughout your whole body at once.
It's like a white light.
Yeah,
and lifts your body up.
It was just like a everything's okay kind of feeling. And I just don't believe in, like, Christianity to me is a very corrupt religion, which to this day listen, if it helps you, more power to you. I've seen it, like I said, I've seen it do amazing things for people, and I would never discount those things. It's just, as Josh and I will go into in a little bit, we've also seen some negativity come from church,
which comes to chapter